What's up? Dr. Kai Dupree, episode 66, Coding While Black. Make sure you click the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're digging the content and if you think anyone benefits from what I'm sharing. Coming at you today from San Antonio, Texas, my hometown. This is where I grew up, and a friend of mine passed away recently, last weekend or a couple weekends ago, and we actually had his homegoing ceremony for him. Today we had the wake on Friday night, and today we had his funeral. Mr. Michael Ellison. We love you and his family. We're sending prayers to them. My topic today is going to be a continuation of what I talked about in episode 65, was this idea about isolation and all this conversation about how things are getting better in terms of diversity in tech. You know, since I'm in San Antonio, usually when I come down here, there's certain places that I go and visit or see, like my old neighborhood and my old high school and that kind of thing. And so I went over to the university where I graduated in 1986 with my degree in computer science, my undergraduate degree. And when I was going to that school as a student, because remember my previous conversation on episode 65 was this topic of isolation and how I built my confidence by reading Black history. Well, when I was a student at Trinity, we were a 1% minority population, not black, 1% minority. And so I went over to the bookstore, I guess it was Thursday or Friday. I went over there to get some alumni gear, and I shop over there, buy hoodies and sweats and that kind of thing. And as I was going on campus, I ran across a young brother. And he was one dark-skinned person in a sea of white folks. And so I stopped him. I said, "Hey, brother, you go to school here? You a student here?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm a student here." And I said, "Okay, well, my name is Dr. Kai Dupree, and I graduated from here in 1986. And I said, in 1986, we were 1% minority. I said, "Let me ask you a question, young brother." His name was Jalen. And I immediately got him to connect with me on LinkedIn, offered him my mentorship, etc. But I said, "Jalen, how many black students go here now?" And he said, "We have about 40. And he was from St. Louis, and they recruited him as a basketball player. I said, "How'd you even hear about this school?" He said, "They recruited him as a basketball player." He said, "There's about 40 black students, and the student body population is 2,500, right? Which is something like, 1.6%, something like that. That got calculated out to 1.6%, which is a little bit, I guess, slightly better. They also have an Office of Diversity and Inclusion now on campus. But clearly, if you got 2,500 students and 40 black students, then this young brother Jalen is experiencing exactly what I was talking about in episode 65, and exactly what I experienced when I was there. Now, we definitely did not have 40 black people on that campus. We had more like 10 or maybe 8 or 5. I don't think we even had 10. Anyway, it's hard, right? And so my being on campus yesterday, I guess it was Friday, reminded me of that isolation. And meeting the young brother James let me know that young African Americans attending college on and studying STEM, or going to elite universities or small universities where they're not HBCUs, they're still dealing with those issues. And he also corroborated that for me and told me he would reach out on LinkedIn and connect with me, and he was happy to accept my mentorship. So again, just part 2 to episode 65, where the topic was isolation. And when this young brother reaches out to me and I connect with him and contact him, I'm going to give him that same advice. He's from St. Louis. I mentioned that. He's from St. Louis. So Trinity University, y'all can do better. You have an Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Let's see what we can do about getting more black students than 40 in a student body of 2,500. This is your boy again, Dr. Kai Dupree, Coding While Black, episode 66. This beautiful Saturday, San Antonio, Texas. I believe it's November 6th. Peace.